there's this idea of a strong leader that executes and knows how to manage a team. And those are certainly skills that are involved in leadership, but it's very limited. And I'm actually very happy to see more and more that I know the coaches we seek out, the people we work with, such as Monica, are more focused on a holistic approach that is centered on empathy and listening and really taking a step back.
Yeah.
So very excited to have my friend Amanda here. Welcome to the show. As we continue our conversation in learning and development, I'm really excited to have Amanda because she has particularly got a chance to study this, not only in the States, but also outside. And so Amanda, bring us back to one of your early memories. I heard that you did Peace Corps service in Nepal. For those who don't know what Peace Corps is, what is that? And how was your time in Nepal? Because I heard that was a very important part of your chapter.
Thanks for having me on your show, Monica. It's really a pleasure to be here today. Peace Corps service, for those who don't know about it, it definitely started with this idea of promoting U.S. friendship and better understanding of our country and context in other countries. I think that's important context for the whole shaping of it and what it is. But it's volunteer service. They call it service for a reason. You spend 2 years deeply immersed in a community in another part of the world. And it is service because you are barely paid. I really came to understand that there's no such thing as a single logic. Common sense is really defined by what is common to you and a community. It's not a singular thing. And I found those to be really important lenses when it comes to interacting with people generally and being able to take a step back and have empathy for just different perspectives on most problems and solutions in the world.
Take us on a bigger stroke of leadership. What is really happening in leadership development right now overall that you think is lacking?
Yeah, so really, I appreciate you asking me about Peace Corps service for a few reasons. It is certainly what got me into leadership work. It is also what got me to the Asia Foundation because I ended up spending 3 years in Nepal, almost 4 years in Nepal before joining the Asia Foundation. But again, you listen, and in talking with my community and working with different friends of mine, we decided with a local friend to start a girls leadership club after school. So that was something, the beginning of me working in leadership training in any sense was this after school girls leadership program. So yeah, for those reasons, I applied to work at the Asia Foundation and work in this leadership and exchange program team. And that's something I think when people get in the field, you start to tease out as more nuance. There's this idea of a strong leader that executes and knows how to manage a team. And those are certainly skills that are involved in leadership, but it's very limited. And I'm actually very happy to see more and more that I know the coaches we seek out, the people we work with, such as Monica, are more focused on a holistic approach that is centered on empathy and listening and really taking a step back to, yeah, I like to think it's authentic leadership.
I think one of the things you have also deep insight is just how much things have been evolving and changing and the needs are as you're continuing to focus on leadership development in Asia. What would you say is one thing that people often misunderstand about the leadership development growth and changes that's been going on? Because you've been able to see it firsthand
In
for the
Asia
past few
specifically.
years. Yeah. Just overarching trends as a leadership development.
It's a challenging question because so much of the work we do is also trying to consider the fact I'm very aware that we are coming from the West and we have a Western lens with leadership. And there are trends within Western leadership that we're following. And also trying to be conscious that we're working with people across Asia and there are different lenses to respect there. I stumble on the question a little, very openly, because there's no one size fits all. And the nature of our programs, something that I think is beautiful and inherently challenging, is that most of our programs bring people together from all across Asia. And so that is, I think, a unique value add to what we do. We're having people from across Asia learn from one another just as much as from us, having them learn from their reflections to one another. And that means within any given cohort, we have people operating either in the more laid back office setting and the more uptight office setting while we're delivering the same content. So I think it's a value add though, because it's a challenge and it brings out different perspectives for everybody to learn from one another in the same setting and to push their ideas among each other.